Hi folks, no more fear, welcome back to the channel. It's just a quick one. As you may remember, sometime I did a video, a short one, on the vlogging setup I use. Well, we've had quite a few issues with bits and bobs, with audio and stuff like that. I've updated the stuff and tried something completely different, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Okay then, so as I said, I've been working on some bits and bobs with the bike. I've had a few issues, especially with the audio of late, as you've probably noticed. One of the rides I did was pretty dire. The scenery was great, but the audio kept peaking all the while. And when I put it in edit after, it just couldn't get it right one way or another, and it spoiled it really, because it was probably a decent little video. Anyway, so what have we done to remedy it? That's the main thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the bits and bobs I've done, and then we'll go for a ride, and you can see them in action, hopefully, he says. It's been a bit of a while since I've done a video. I've been struck down with the dreaded COVID. I've been in quarantine for 10 days. I ain't been out for a restaurant for 3 years almost, since prior to COVID, because I was out for a restaurant for my mother's day with my wife, son, daughter and son-in-law. Come back 2 days later, I'm struck down with it, so is my wife, so is my daughter. Daughter's been quite ill, mind you, I ain't been too clever neither. Knocked the stuffing out of me. Anyway, by the by, that's what we're up against, dreaded COVID. So let me show you. As you probably remember, when I first started, I ended up on a tight budget, so I weren't sure quite what was the best way about it. What I did find is I bought a second-hand GoPro 4. This is the baby here, you can probably see it now, resting on there. There it is, can you see it there? There it is, hopefully. Now I use it as my B-roll camera. It was great when I had it to start with, but obviously, as you're probably aware, it has no stabilisation. So when you were riding, every time we hit a bump or turned my head look in the mirrors and stuff like that, it was like a mini earthquake. So I thought, that's not very clever, is it? Sound was good, to be fair. I had good audio on it because I had a lavalier mic just plugged straight into it, and it worked a treat, and it was one of the best sounds I had. So I thought, right, how can we get around that? So I had a bit of a think, I had a look around, and I thought, tell you what, let's get the old log, let's go and get a 360. So I bought a 360 X3. That's what I'm actually recording this bit on now. Now that camera, brilliant. Stabilisation, fantastic. And what you can do with the footage is unreal. Downside is the fact that you have to do a double edit, if you know what I mean. You record the stuff on the 360 camera, and then you edit it on either your phone in the app or on the laptop, like I do, on the Insta Studio. Both is good. So you get it then, whatever you've done, so if you've done 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you can condense it down and get the picture turned around to wherever you want it, stuff like that. And that's your edit. But then you've got to transport that then to your main editing suite. I use Filmora, Wondershare. Bring it into that, and then do it all, not so much do it all over again, but cut the bits out you don't want, because obviously we're always tight for time. But basically the camera itself is brilliant. Audio, now that was a different issue. I tried several ways to do it, and I ended up, the one I did was I bought the actual proper mic adapter, which plugs in the side, and I went for a Rode wireless Go system, and I thought, well, that'll be ideal, because then there's no trailing wires anywhere. And to be honest, the first time I took it out and did it, it worked a treat. But during the ride, the dead cat that was on the microphone of the GoPro, the Rode wireless Go in my helmet, that got lost, so the sound deteriorated, and you could tell the difference, and it took quite a bit of mixing to find out which was the best levels to get it right, but I persevered with it and used it as my main camera. Anyway, after doing quite a bit of work on it and so much work editing, I thought there's got to be a better way to do it. So what did I do? So folks, after doing quite a bit of research, I thought I'd better change the camera. I better have a new front-facing camera, and I thought, I don't know what to get. Did loads of research, had a look. Really was tempted to go for a GoPro 10 maybe. There were some good prices on the web for the GoPro 10. But then I kept checking everything out, and everybody said they keep failing. They have issues where the card goes corrupt, or they lose the volume, they overheat, this, that and the other. And most of the people I spoke to through the net, they all said the same thing. If a good friend of mine, the Peaky Biker, he said the same. He said he had nothing but trouble, but he seemed to have trouble with this, and since the 11 come out with a lot of money. So I thought, well, I don't really want to be spending stupid sorts of money on something that's either going to be outdated next time, or it is already outdated if I bought a 10. I thought, people said that 8s were good, so I thought I'd look at 8, and I thought, well, yeah, but stabilisation still weren't perfect. So did some more research. Guess what? Then I come up with this. About this DJI Action 3. Now this is a right good piece of kit, take it from me. The stabilisation is phenomenal. I understand and I accept that it's not the quality of picture of the GoPro 10/11, but really vlogging out on a bike, it's hard to get the exact perfect pictures as you would like, and so I think for the difference is going to be so minimal that I thought I'll go for this. So okay, so we buys this. This, as you know, has got a great little setup where it clips onto this part of the helmet at the front here. It's magnetic there, clips onto that, fits into there, onto this. This is a chin mount from Canada that I had, and that's ideally suited for this helmet, this Scorpion R1 Air. So I did that, and I thought, right, we'll do that. So what do you do now? Let's get some audio. So I went on with the audio, and I thought, right, what I'll do. So you buy this little adapter here, and I thought I'll plug this straight into a lav mic, and we'll be done with. Well, it ain't that simple, is it? Because what happened was you put it on, and it still peaked an awful lot. And again, researching what people said, they had exactly the same issue. Now I know, and I've done the update on this camera, and now you get minus dB, whereas some of the guys, when they first used these DJIs, they didn't get minus dB. The lowest they could get was 0 dB, and minus dB, it does help a lot. So I thought, what I can do, what I've come up with is I've actually regenerated my Rode wireless go. I'll just put the camera there for a second. What I've done is I've come up with this, you can probably see. This is a transmitter here, bit of Velcro on the side of my helmet. I've tried to put it inside, but it's too big and it's too cumbersome, and it catches your face when you check your helmet off. So what I've done is I've used this, and I've bought a mic, which is a dead cheap mic. It was only about 9-10 quid. I think you can show it inside there. It's like a stick. It's like it's on a stick virtually. Home-on or something like that. It was about 9 quid, and I put a dead cat on it, and that seems to have cracked it. It plugs into there like that. Then you've got the transmitter here, which obviously then you've got to get that to the DJI. Well, the DJI, when you put it in, it's got, what I've done is I've put it in, you can probably see, it clips on there like that. Let's clip it on. So what I've come up with is a TRRS to TRS adapter. Won't work any other way. No matter what you do, it won't work any other way. So we'll put that into there, and this now, again, bit crude, but it velcros on the back here. I've got a little on the back of the camera stand itself, and then this into the Rode wireless at the bottom. So see, like that, and there we go. Now what I found out is that if you set the DJI to -6 decibels and then the Rode to the minimum, not to the minimum, sorry, to the medium setting, because this has 3 settings for dB gain or whatever, that seems to have cracked it. So I'm using -6 dB on there, medium on the Rode, sorry, medium set on my Rode, with this microphone that's clipped in here, and that seems to have done it. Proof of the pudding's in the eating. We're going to go out for a ride in a minute, and you can hear it, and obviously see the quality of the stabilisation. But I think finally we seem to be there. This is a bit naff, but you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I have tried it other ways round, and this seems to be the easiest way to do it for me personally. Not the tightest, but at the best. As I say, that's a TRS to TRRS. It's the only way it'll work. It won't work otherwise. And then the Rode switches on. The other thing that I found this is, take your helmet off, you take your helmet off. There's nothing stuck anywhere, no wires hanging or anything like that. Whereas if you use it with a 360 and you try to wire it straight to the 360, you get the same problem. Anyway, that seems to do it. So what's happened now to the older 360, you might say? Hang on and I'll show you. So there's the 360. That's what I've done with it. I'll put it on the front like that. You can see I've got the cold shoe on it. The cold shoe will obviously, I can take the Rode wireless go off the front of my helmet, clip one of it onto there, use the adapter which I've got, plug that straight in, and we're back to where we started with the original one. And then again, if I adjust that down, I got some sort of audio should I not lose everything else. And I say the GoPro now is back here as a B-roll camera. Anyway, proof the pudding's in the eating. Let's go and have a ride and see how it works out.
Well, okay folks, as I say, welcome back to the channel. You've probably seen what I've been doing with trying to get the right audio and everything. So this is the ride. Basically, not going to go far. Start off with some nice town roads. So the volume should be alright. Shouldn't get too much wind noise, I would hope. So it should be quite decent. And then we'll wander off to some B roads, a few lanes, see what happens, and take it from there. At the minute, what you should be hearing is my dulcet tones coming through on the DJI Action 3. I got the GoPro 4 running there for B-roll for some face shots, and I'm also using the 360 as well. I've got that on, you can see that, just to interact with some different bits of scenery, should we get any. But what I'm going to try and do is just tell you which camera's doing what, where and when. It's not going to be massive video. As I say, it's just I've been stuck in the house for over 10 days with quarantine, with COVID. It's not made for 6, I'll tell you. So it's just nice to get back out on the bike and have a gentle ride. Maybe turn up, the sun's shining and it's 11 degrees, so can't be no fairer than that, can we? I truly hope that this has cracked the issues with the audio. Because it's absolutely soul destroying to do a video and think, well, that's pretty good, and then come back and the noise is audio's awful. I mean, I'm doing it now, and I don't really know whether or not it's working anyway. So what I probably will do is have a little bit of a wander, and then stop, check them on the old phone, see if anything's happening with them, and do a part 2 sort of thing, or a part 3 even. We've already done part 1, this is part 2. So anyway, sit back, enjoy a little bit of scenery, and try and get the stabilisation on the DJI as well, because I'm looking forward to seeing that in full effect. I have tried it before when I went out with the lads, but it was pretty awkward with the lads because obviously nobody wants to be seen riding, so you can't really video. The bridge here, you feel like you have to duck to get underneath it. You don't, because there's plenty of room, but you always feel like you got to duck. See it coming up from Darvers River 7. Now there's plenty of room, but you're still 6'6", but you still duck. It's an illusion. Nice, the River 7 looks full. Bit of gravel. Nice pub there. The Woodbridge.
So folks, welcome back to part 3. As you can see, there's still a little bit of work in progress to be done to finally sort out the audio. I think maybe a bit more fine tuning. I think go down to -9 on the camera will probably do it. I also, the dead cat that I had on the microphone, I've got a feeling some of the noise is that brushing against either from my side of my face off the helmet. So I'm going to take that off and put the foam one back on and try that and move it slightly in my helmet. But other than that, I must admit, the good old GoPro, that went belly up. Basically, it switched itself over to time lapse. So when I come to do the footage, oh, it was like someone out of silent movies, weren't it? So anyway, that got scrapped. So I had to use some of the 360 to give me some B-roll shots. I looked at doing a matchup of the 360 against the Action 3 in a couple of shots. And having done them and looked at them myself, there's virtually nothing in it. You'd really find it difficult to pick up, I think, depending on how you receive it on YouTube, whether it's on the laptop, your phone or your tablet. So I'll kind of like give that a miss. One thing I must say, I'm really pleased with the Action 3. The stability and the quality of pictures I think are pretty good. So that's definitely a plus, a big thumbs up from me for the Action 3. There's these other options to do, maybe use the DJI radio mic, but at the minute that's out of my budget range. So maybe a bit later on in the year I might get one. But we'll persevere and see how we carry on. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little trilogy of efforts that I've put on for you. So, it's the Lone Wolf, going to say bye for now. But don't forget to subscribe, give us a tick, give us a like. Channel's building slowly but surely. It's coming on. Very soon I hope I'll be up to 100 subscribers, and that'll be a massive bonus. That'll be the first hurdle jumped. But in the meantime, remember, be careful out there. This is Lone Wolf saying bye for now. See you on the next one. Bye.